since we're speaking of live shows, we should talk about a live show that had equal success. I mean, people seemed very excited to be there. So earlier this week, we haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. Patrick Melton played the tape of Steel Toe's 10th anniversary show. So, and I will always give people credit for this. Like, I saw like Melton and all these guys shitting on the amount of people there. I'm stunned anyone was there.
Yeah.
for a Steel Toe live show. Like, I'm genuinely impressed that I heard human beings. Now, what they were chanting was unsavory, but we'll get to that. But
Made a great thumbnail, though. Thank you guys for that.
I say good for him for getting anyone there. Like, if we do a live show, I'm not confident anyone will show up. So, hats off to Aaron for that, I guess. But I was just amazed. You sent me something that made me think, like, what an amazing hypocrite. I wasn't going to talk about this until you showed me how Aaron has turned on his own fans after supporting him at a live event.
Do you want the turning on the fans or the live event first?
You're the producer. What do you think? What makes more sense?
I think turning on the live fans makes it funnier when we watch him, how much he loves them.
All right, so let's hear that. I think you're right. Let's hear that, where Aaron is scolding his audience, and you must think, oh, he must have had a dreadful time at this event. After you hear what Aaron is wagging his finger at them for doing.
All right, here we go. And just a little music.
No, I don't even know if there's...
Oh, no, sorry. This is the one I sent you. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Okay. Going to be a comedy show at the next anniversary show. You guys, no offense to the audience, but you guys probably ruined that.
Oh, Aaron, offense! Offense! You and Johnny Crutches aren't going to do comedy? Much offense taken. Don't take that away from us. Aaron, we've been bad. And we understand that. But please, for the love of God, don't make your standard ham-handed racial jokes. Don't take those away from us, Aaron. Please.
I mean, you just drove through the Midwest. That's why, there's nothing to do. That's why they went and hung out with him. But now he's like, fuck.
We drove through St. Cloud, actually. Again, the days didn't line up. I was wishing we just could have stopped there. But
God damn.
I know.
That would have been amazing.
Guys yelling shit like that. Like, we just can't. It's not good for the business we're doing the show at. It's not a good look for us either. Like, it's not a good look for me.
Oh, no. Hold on. They must have revolted against Aaron's wishes. I can't wait to get to these tapes because we're going to get to hear how much Aaron hated what the audience was doing. Doesn't it seem like Aaron, clearly they start yelling something and Aaron's like, guys, stop, please. What are you doing? You're ruining everything.
He almost had to shut the event down, Mike. It was that bad.
Boy, this seems like a revolt. It must have been all Melton fans there. That's very sad.
To have you guys look, man. I've been very cool with you guys saying basically whatever you wanted. Everybody got a little too fucked up.
I'm sorry. Hold on. We don't need you to be cool with it, Aaron. We're adult human beings.
I've never got scolded by my radio host. This is amazing.
You're in the principal's office right now.
I am.
Hey, listen. I've been pretty cool, I think. I've been pretty lenient with you guys. But you can't go saying stuff like that. Aaron, we're adults. We'll do whatever the fuck we want. You're not our mother.
And you ever want to have someone say something terrible, tell them not to say it over and over again. Aaron,
that's another good point. That's another good point. Is that Aaron going, all right, guys, if we ever do this again, don't shout the N-word.
It's going to be 3 times as loud. It's going to be tiki torches next time.
On Saturday for the comedy show. I'll be honest. After my first trip on stage, I didn't want to do it anymore.
Oh,
I
man.
was just kind of
what
like...
a struggle that must have been for such an artist.
It's pretty weird juxtaposition going from Rob Saul to this guy.
I can't wait till if you guys have not seen what we're about to play yet, I can't wait till we get there for your sake. Because you're thinking like, oh my God, Aaron lost control of the event. It was a coup. The Nobody Likes Onion fans took over this event, and Aaron had no control over it. I can't wait to show you what he's responding to.
These guys are too fucked up. They're not here for a comedy show. We can't do stand-up. We can't do comedy. There was stuff I wanted to do, and I read the vibe of the room. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to sit up here and do stand-up while people are yelling the N-word and the K-word
Aaron,
and shit.
Aaron, please. I would hate to see Picasso lose his paintbrush. Please, for the love of God, Aaron. If there's anything, maybe we can be punished in other ways. We'll do community service. But please, don't take the stand-up of Aaron Imholte away from us. That's not fair. No crime is suited with that punishment.
Michael Richards is so mad right now. He's like, God damn, just a decade later, I would have been good.
Please, Aaron.
And then chanting it out and shit like that. So, yeah, you guys fucked that up. No offense.
You guys.
You guys fucked that up.
You guys fucked that up. Okay, so clearly something bad happened at this steel toe event. And you guys are probably thinking, what? Wait a minute. What happened? Why were they being so mean to Aaron? Well, we have Patrick Melton basically reacting to this, right? This is from Nobody Likes Onions.
Correct.
It's mostly just the clips, but you might hear a little from Melton, because I don't think the full video is out there. I think the only version is Patrick's version.
Yes, thank you, Patrick, for allowing us to play this.
Yes.
But yes, Patrick's in there, and it's hilarious. So here we go. This first one's fun time.
All right.
A little music mic here for us to get everyone going. Just in that.
This is ridiculous music to play. This was certainly this is a Klan rally. We just heard. Well, I mean, it is, but we just heard Aaron say how horrible it was. The music does not fit the vibe of this at all. That's silly.
They call him a hootenanny, Mike.
So I decided this morning, because this weekend was crazy busy with the anniversary show and the big success of that, and of course, you know,
I should mention this is like 2 days earlier, by the way. This is before Patrick talked about it.
Don't live to trigger the people who hate us, but the fact that we did makes me very happy.
Hey guys, listen, it ain't my goal to be the coolest guy in the room. It just happens so naturally. What can I say? Hey,
I have different goals.
I can't control. Maybe when I walk into a room, I always hope a dick will be bigger than mine. But sure enough, every room I walk into, the biggest swinging meat in there in town. It's not possible for me to be the coolest guy there is. I'm sorry, guys. I try to lower my riz, but I just can't do it.
I can't even be the coolest guy in my marriage. Damn.
The fact that they have to go after language because you just had a big sold out event that everybody had a good. There's nothing worse than when you're the guy who's trying to have a bad time when everyone else is having a great time, because nobody looks.
That's very interesting. A moment ago, Aaron, in the future, we hear you say what an awful time you had. How you were the only one in the room not enjoying yourself when these monsters were heckling you.
Looks at you and goes, "Whoa, look at this rebel." They just kind of look at you and they go, "I feel bad for that guy. He just has an inability to have fun."
I guess that's you, Aaron, right? Because you just said what a horrible time you had.
This is amazing watching it this way.
It's crazy to watch. And when I tell you the reason he's doing this, it's even crazier that he's trying to save face like this. But it's wild. This is, 24, 48 hours earlier? He's like, we had the greatest time ever. Oh, we were slapping five and tipping them back. What a tremendous time we had. Hey, I can't help that my haters hate how cool I constantly am. It just happens naturally, baby. And then flash forward 2 days, and he's like, I was a victim. I was a victim of the most horrible atrocity in podcasting history. I can't believe what you guys put me through.
This is not the place and time. You could be enjoying yourself right now.
Go read a book or something. Go read a book.
What a horrible... Go read a book. What does that mean?
You got to work on your trolls, Aaron. This one's called Chants. I wonder what this is.
Okay, well, now this... So we get into the crowd.
Some crowd work.
And you heard... Now, watch closely and listen closely. I guess only listen, right? There's no video of this.
No video. Yeah, I think this is just...
Listen
Patrick.
closely, and you guys will have to be... I'm able to detect people's tone very well because I've had a life of sightlessness. So try and join me. It might be more difficult for you guys. See if you can hear the pain in Aaron's voice during these clips where he's like, oh, I wish these monsters, these utter monsters would stop the hate that they're spewing.
Before we start chanting homo.
Now, hold on a second. He's readying us for a chant of a homo. Now, where I come from, Aaron, maybe we're a different generation. Where I come from, that's sort of a derogatory term, particularly if a room of people are chanting it.
Well, you got to go back to that first video, I think. He's very upset about what
He
these
doesn't
people
like this.
did.
He said, this is his way, and I guess, we all have different methods to get our messages across. This is Aaron saying, guys, for the love of God, please don't do anything inappropriate here.
I finally understand how conservatives feel about Nick Fuentes.
Oh no, they went against Aaron's wishes. Oh no, he must be so devastated.
All he has to do is say that, and then they do it. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, Patrick,
right,
that's not true. Patrick, you don't hear him a couple days from now when he's like, no, I wish you didn't do that.
Can't you hear the audience ruined him, Patrick? The audience.
Patrick, it's sad to watch Patrick just grasping at straws. Patrick is way off on this. Clearly, you hear him say, let's not start chanting homo yet. We'll get to it in a minute.
The yet is very important in that sense.
Guys, before we start chanting homo, and then immediately...
Can you imagine? I'm actually, jokes aside, I'm stunned in 2024 that this was happening in public. And I go to Skankfest every year.
I just assume this happens at every bar in the Midwest, like midnight.
Yeah,
Joe's
that's
here.
the That's the thing to remember is like Skankfest is a controlled environment. This is just like at a bar.
Yeah, biker
In
bar,
Minnesota.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a biker bar, right?
He's going back on radio with a small family broadcasting company.
Okay, so hold on. What you heard right there, if we could go back just a few seconds and play that
Yeah.
again. That's why we heard the earlier reaction. Is Aaron... So I guess Aaron has some offer where he's going back on radio.
Oh no.
I don't know a ton about this. I only know from what I've heard Patrick say. And it seems like it's a legitimate offer, which I got to say, in 2024, that seems like it's going backwards. Maybe
I got offered a job to do a early morning radio show in Fresno, and I was like, how much does it pay? And they're like, no, you pay us. That's what radio is right now.
Especially, in St. Cloud, Minnesota. I can't imagine. We've analyzed the numbers of the goal. I can't imagine he's making more in radio, quite honestly. For some AM station in the middle of fucking nowhere. I drove through there. There is nothing. There is nothing out there.
I think you can relate to this, though, Mike, because we did it for 5 hours. This guy does it 4 times a day, maybe sometimes 8 times a week. He's looking for any off-ramp from this goddamn goal. AM radio.
The goal, I will say the goal is torturous.
It is. And if you did it every day of your life, you woke up goal, you went to bed goal. Oh,
I wouldn't know which way is up anymore.
give me an AM radio job in Tuscaloosa right now.
I would just walk around like a Nam vet.
Every day's your night. That was my broadcasting 9/11. That goal show. By the way, have you seen Swordfish? Ew.
On radio with a small family broadcasting company.
Now, so we heard Aaron say like, "Oh, people are." I think we'll hear. There's another clip too where he's talking about like this free speech crowd is worried about censorship. No one's worried about it. They just think it's kind of hilarious that you were trying to get into bed with a family radio station in Minnesota. And Aaron's religious. I don't know if that will play a part into that part of the country is maybe a little more religious than say like the Northeast at this point.
Well, Mike, have you not heard? God doesn't like the homos. This is all good.
That's fair. That's fair. But in today's climate, I think a guy that has, and we'll hear how the clip ends, but let's just say for now, a guy that has his audience chanting homo probably won't last long on regular radio. That's just a fact. Whether you're pro or anti-censorship, that's just the nature of the beast. That this isn't suited for radio.
Okay, so now it's even becoming grosser because I'm realizing that 2 day later apology tape is for the family video people.
Yes,
to blame my
point.
fans.
That's what's really gross is he's trying to save his own ass. He didn't come to Jesus and say like, now that I think about it, I hate that we did that. He's like, oh fuck, I have to save some future job.
All you assholes that have donated to the goal all those times, right under the bus. Come here, AM radio.
Yeah, no, the loyal audience that has supported him over and over again. Fuck you guys. Fuck the people, and not just the people that super chat him. The people that showed up to this event and seem like they're having a good time. And that's where, again, I said, I won't shit on Aaron for the crowd because these people seem into the show that's happening. And again, they are not trolling him. They are into the show that he is leading.
He's the conductor of this orchestra. He's not like a fan watching it.
I like Aaron waving his wand.
Pulling his clan mask off with his wand. Clan symphony would be hilarious.
Guys, I said before we start chanting.
They're exhausted. They're like, oh, God, fine, we'll do it again, Aaron. Aaron is making them go above and beyond with their homo. He's like, come on, guys, please, a little more. And they're like, oh, Jesus. All right. Homo.
Yeah, it could be said that, those people are now just following orders, right? Like, they're not.
They're like, Aaron, we only had so many homos in us. God, we're tired.
They only had so many homos in us. Hey.
This show is less than 10 minutes in. Queer!
But hey, again, the guy that yells that is feeling the vibe of the show.
Well, we're coming out.
This is like if you were at a Minifan event and the crowd was chanting Kirk. This is what is supposed to be happening.
I don't know what that is, but we'll just say the reference matches, Mike.
Right.
It's a good reference.
Thank you.
I said before we start chanting the N-word.
Jesus.
Oh, God. Oh, no. What comes next? We can't play.
Hold on. So what you hear there, the reason it cuts off there is because this audience is like, Jesus, Aaron, no, we're not going to do that. Now, the N-word is said a few times. Thank God they don't chant it. But you do hear the crowd say the N-word because the boss is demanding it.
Well, you know how comedies feel out of crowd to what level they can go to? He was just feeling them out. Are we in more level? No. Okay.
Come on, guys. Let's hear the N-word. Now, anyways, let me get on the horn with this AM radio station and see if they're still interested in me.
This one's called Haters.
Oh, okay. Well, let's hear about the haters because Aaron, as you just heard, Aaron, remember, we're in the future. In a couple days, Aaron is going to be very offended by that. Let's hear his immediate reaction, like a day after the show.
Better than Hackamania. Yeah, we didn't have to borrow any USB cords from our audience, which was
Nobody
nice.
got bed bugs that I know of.
Nobody got bed bugs, and we
guys.
didn't have to borrow.
Just a nice race rally. Yeah, but we had race rally with all our USB cords, guys. Congratulations.
Hey, listen. At the clan rally I was at, no one got bed bugs.
Best Wi-Fi at the clan rallies, I gotta say.
Borrow USB cords from our audience, so that was nice. But I decided to check in a little this morning with some of the internet crowd just to see what was up. And I'll be honest, maybe I just don't look in the right places. Not much.
Oh, damn. No, that's too bad. You couldn't find anyone shitting on this event. But Aaron, you yourself hated it. You had such a terrible time and said, we'll never do that again. You guys misbehaved. So don't you think people should have been mocking it? I'm very confused by this message. And thank you, by the way, we should have said this before, but thank you to, I believe the YouTube channel is Real Media Player for making this so I didn't have to sift through all of Steel Toe's horse shit. Because I'm sure he gave himself a 4-hour blowjob over this event.
Oh, yes, absolutely. He looks for everything in the wrong places. Wives, complainers, haters.
Nothing going on. I think all these podcasters and stuff, I think they're on the downslide. I think they're on their way out.
You know what? That must be it. That must be it. Patrick Melton and Carl must be really struggling because people weren't shitting on your event enough. Aaron, who hated the event? Because I thought it was you. I remember a few seconds ago you saying that. I guess that it took you a couple days to ruminate on the situation.
Yeah, if this was a trial, this is what they call smoking gun evidence.
Out. I think it's been like a year or two now of just doing the same thing over and over and over.
And even the haters are kind of like, all right, yeah, we got it.
It just kind of seems like they're fading away, or it's just like the same gimmick over and over.
Well, Aaron, you're in luck. People picked up on it.
He's like, well, I got through this one, wiping my brow. Phew. I'm going to brag a little. I'm going to do a little strut.
Yesterday, I watched a video that was titled, I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to the effect of Aaron breaks his restraining order by talking about his ex-wife, Ashley LaRue, for over an hour.
Oh, no.
I don't think people are lightening up, Aaron.
No.
That's an odd play to be like, you know what? It seems like these people can't find anything to goof on me about. They're fine, Aaron. They're well fed.
I think it's, when you fart and you kind of get used to your own smell, he's used to the current level of trolling. Even though it's a high level of trolling, he's like, no, I don't see anything here. But it is a very high level of trolling.
Do you think that when he said this, I don't know the exact timeline.
He's troll blind.
when he said this, was he not aware that Patrick Melton had the video?
I don't know. I mean, he has to be aware. He has to be aware that was coming out. So this is just total incorrect calculations on his part, how this would play out.
And by the way, like, I watched the whole thing. Patrick Melton was not like clutching his pearls and like, can you believe he said homo? His point was basically like, this guy wants a job in regular radio. He's chanting homo.
Yeah.
The fuck is he doing?
Pretty logical argument here.
Yeah. And that, I mean, that's just a fact. No matter what your stance on free speech or censorship is, like, that's just a fact. Modern radio is going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? It's weird to try and get a job there. That's actually defending you, Aaron, saying what you're doing on your YouTube channel doesn't fit regular radio.
I just got what he's doing here, though. So this right here is him practicing for the Christian people. Right? He's saying, "Oh, listen, yeah, I've been trolled. Oh, no, you've seen I've been trolled. Yeah, but it's going away. It's fading. Like, it's all the same troll now."
Oh, interesting.
He has to have an answer for that,
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, they're sick and tired of that. That game is over."
Yeah. How many times can they show my ex-wife's children's book? I mean, that's just played out at this point.
That's true, because what I've observed about radio is more than any other business, not just in entertainment, maybe any business globally. Radio is petrified of controversy. I don't know why that is. I don't know when that changed or how that happened. But radio companies do not want people trolling them and voicing complaints. That's the thing they are most afraid of, because they are desperate to hang on to whatever advertisers they have left. And a lot of advertising they still have are mom and pop places. So they're petrified of bad press, which is exactly what Aaron would bring to them.
Yeah, but now he has a video apologizing and a video saying, hey, look, the trolls are backing off. Look, I'm viable now. I'm viable.
Right. No, that's a good point. Yeah, it is all strategy.
This one's called language.
Well, certainly he's going to condemn the language used. If nothing else, after the video we heard from the future, Aaron will say, hey, listen, all kidding aside, I had a great time. It was amazing. Appreciate you fans. But jokes aside, the chants were over the line. That was too much. Certainly he's going to at least condemn them for that, because you heard how angry he was. Ooh, I'll never do a live show again, you sons of bitches.
You yelling that, you out of your fucking mind. I was saying they were saying it. Jedi mind trick, how does this fit into your big plans? Oh, is that, you know what that is? That's people who are like, oh, they had a great time and the show went really well and it was super full and they had fun. So now you, like I said, you kind of have to be a pearl clutcher if you want to criticize.
Hold on. No. Aaron, sure, maybe some people are clutching their pearls. You were one of them, right? Remember? You're offended by this. Oh, I wish Aaron in the future could have warned him.
God,
Aaron, you're supposed to be offended by this. Obviously, someone got to him and was like, were you trying to start an N-word chant? Because you hear him at the beginning of that clip where he's like, he's reading some super chat and he's like, you were chanting the... No, not me. I wasn't chanting it. It was them. Which, as we heard, it would be the equivalent of me going, hey, KC, I bet you won't punch that guy in the face. And you're like, oh, yeah. And then people are like, Mike, you provoked Casey. And I'm like, hey, you saw him, man. He did it. Sure, did I say he was too big a pussy to do it? But that doesn't mean I'm involved in this in any way.
No, just technically back the fight. That's all.
Yeah, I was the Don King of this interaction.
Is anything? And I'm just letting you know, for like big bad free speech podcasting and like edgy podcasting and shit like that, not a good look for you to go, but the language, you guys, the language.
Aaron, oh man, I feel like Doc Brown. Aaron, wait! In the future, you're going to condemn them for language.
Stop what you're doing.
You're going to look very silly, Aaron. People will be able to clip this.
No amount of gigawatts will save this, Aaron.
Aaron, it won't be erased from the internet. They're going to celebrate your downfall. Please.
I come from the future where you've been canceled, Aaron. Please, stop what you're doing. Doc Brown,
great asshole. He's like, hey, aren't you guys... You guys are pearl clutching. Oh, you're getting upset about language? Flash forward 2 days, and he's like, I mean, guys, the language you used. He literally says, I'll never do a live event again because of the language you used. And here we hear him 2 days earlier, like, oh, I'm sorry. Little bitch says what? Little gay pussy says what? You were offended by the language?
It's rubber banding like I've never seen before, but I do think we got to introduce this Doc Brown or this Doc character into every element of the universe. Quick, Stuttering John, pull those pillows and couch back in. They're gonna use it in a month.
John, get a tissue. They're gonna have a field day with this.
John, hang up the phone with Kate Meany. She's a lying whore. He just shows up at random times to tell you things that you're gonna fuck up. Amazing, Mike.
It's 2 days later. He's like, guys, the language was over the line.
Quick money.
No offense. And I know you're not going to take this advice from me, even though I'm right, because you just don't, because some of you don't like me. You come off as kind of a bitch.
Oh.
Hey, take it or leave it. I'll leave it up to you. But because I said it.
Hating me not help you.
Right. Don't let your hatred of me blind you from the fact that you're being kind of a queer.
No.
And then, unfortunately, Aaron gunned the DeLorean to 88 and saw what the future held. Oh, no! I might lose everything!
And you don't see it, Mike, because, you know, the vision thing. But he does this thing where he puts his hand over his mouth and like, whispers queer. I just want to take that and then go, homo! The juxtaposition is
Aaron's looking
amazing.
at a picture and the super chats are fading away.
Yes. Hey, Ma and Pa Bible Shop TV station. When you whisper queer, it's still queer. Oh, goddamn that guy.
Oh, poor Aaron. If only he had the foresight.
Quick, Aaron. Into the car.
Was that it from Steel Toe?
That's all from Steel Toe, people.
It's crazy to what it's. You know what? We used to say this about Mike Are you familiar with Mike Francesa?
I am Mike and the Mad Dog.
Mike and the Mad Dog. The Pope, one of the greats.
Yes.
Francesa would say these, like, people would call him out for things he said, and he'd be like, "That never happened. I never. I didn't fall asleep. I didn't spill my Diet Coke. You're crazy. Never happened."
That's probably what made the other guy the Mad Dog.
People used to always say, "Is Francesa unaware that the internet exists?" Which at that time was actually a legitimate question, because Francesa is a guy that's not that he doesn't know it exists, but Francesa is a guy that's out of touch. He was used to being on radio. He might have thought that legitimately he could just say something and the audience would think it was true. Like the old Stern model, basically, where you can't necessarily call him out for things that happened because it's just into the ether. It's gone forever now. And Francesa never really adjusted to the internet in that way. Aaron, his show is on the internet. And it seems like he doesn't realize that people can just clip the hypocrisy that expose him from 2 days ago.
Yes,
I don't understand that method. John's the same way. A lot of these guys, it all stems from an inability to understand the internet.
Well, John's may stems from like a overuse of whippets and just a long-term memory that's gone. I can't, and maybe the Steel Toe has just used too much hair dye, and it's. Have we discovered something? Stop touching your head, people.
Seeped into his brain.
Yes. Yes.